Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, the 16th of June. This will be my next to last entry in these blogs and podcasts. I want to thank you, first of all, for watching. You're watching and reading. I thank you for your questions and comments. I have tried over the years to keep these writings politically neutral. The challenge is that the ethics taught by Jesus can sometimes be the opposite of popular political ideas. Changing the words of Jesus, or deliberately misinterpreting Jesus, or ignoring his teachings in order to stay away from certain hot button topics would abrogate my ordination as a priest. Jesus was controversial in his own time, so much, and today for that matter, so much so that he was brutally executed for the controversies he stirred up. If we do not find the teachings of Jesus controversial in our own time, then we are probably not paying full attention. For example, what did Jesus teach about the following things? 1. How are we to live? He said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Who are we to love? He taught, love your neighbor as yourself. What did Jesus say about judging others? Well, a couple of things. One was, let the one who is without sin cast the first stone. Secondly, he said, judge not, lest you be judged. How about paying taxes? Jesus said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God's. How about forgiveness? He said a lot about that. One was, forgive those who harm you 70 times 7. What about your enemies? How are we to treat our enemies? Jesus said clearly, love them. Here's an interesting one. What about when government laws and regulations cause a burden to you? Well, here was part of a parable that Jesus told. When someone, in this case a Roman soldier, commands you, a civilian, to carry their pack, the law in those days allowed soldiers to have a civilian carry their pack, but only 1 mile. Then you should carry it an extra mile and do it cheerfully. How about when someone strikes you? Turn the other cheek. What did Jesus say about the poor? A lot. In the Beatitudes, he said, blessed are the poor. In Matthew, he gave us the following. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me. He also said, when you give a luncheon or a dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your rich neighbors, in case they may invite you in return and you would be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind, and you will be blessed. A lot of modern political thought got started with the Magna Carta in 1215. It was the first time in history when ordinary people, barons in this case, but not peasants, were deemed to have rights, protecting them against unlawful imprisonment, access to swift justice, and limits on feudal payments to the crown. Since that time, we have had the Bill of Rights enshrined in our Constitution and the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. All these political developments are good if they're held in check by opposing ideas. In the case of Christian belief and practice, Christians have no rights to anything because we believe that everything belongs to God. Hence, the direction of our actions, our moral decision, and our hearts should be directed outward towards others and never towards oneself. Christian belief and practice is one set of opposing ideas to a society that is today inebriated with toxic individualism. Even if you don't believe all the miracles and stories about Jesus. Loving your neighbor as yourself will counteract the modern world where every individual is king today. God bless you.